My name is Paul Banco, and I'm the CEO and co-founder at Etherfax. We're located in Holmdel, New Jersey. Global company providing intelligent document processing services and fax.
And so in Australia, the world of faxes, we send so many faxes in healthcare in Australia, which is wild. Surely here in the US, you're just cleaning up the last few percents of faxes that are sent. Is that right?
Somewhat. I mean, I think we know that U.S. is probably the largest abusers of fax. We don't have a national healthcare system. We're not a single payer system. We have all of these disparate technologies. So, here we are in 2025 talking about fax, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, my daughter over there doesn't even know what a fax is.
No.
And when I say the overwhelming majority of healthcare is still faxed, I'm not talking 51, 52. I'm like 70, 75% of all healthcare data is still faxed.
Because it's easy for us to sit here and go, well, hey, we should stop just sending faxes in healthcare because no one else uses faxes. But obviously, if globally in healthcare everyone is still using faxes, why is it such a burning problem to solve? Like, someone could play devil's advocate and be like, well, if it's not broken, you don't need to fix it. Or if it's not that bad, we've got other problems to solve. Tell me why we need to address this now.
Well, first and foremost, why are we still using it? Because it's easy.
Right.
It's ubiquitous, right? Everybody's identifiable by a 10-digit phone number, or for the most part in the North America. You walk up, you stick in the piece of paper, you hit the pretty 10 digits, you hit the pretty little green button, and it goes, and it works. And it's so easy, and it's secure, right? That's why we're still using it. Because if all of these systems did talk to each other, fax would no longer be here. Yeah. But that's simply not the case, and I'm not quite sure that I'm going to see it in my lifetime.
Yeah. Right, so because we're such all healthcare systems are disparate, that kind of bridge between everything is the fax machine to be able to hop over those things, because if everything was so interoperable, then it kind of makes that obsolete. Is that the direction we're going?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been screaming interoperability for the last 10 HIMSS shows that I've been coming to is all about interoperability. Now it's all about AI.
Yeah.
We also forgot about interoperability. It's now it's the AI.
The AI will make us more interoperable. I think that's the plan, maybe. But
you would hope. It will help in making us more interoperable, but it'll also help with workloads and streamlining and enhancing workflows within our healthcare system, our clinicians and things of that sort.
Yeah. And so tell me more about that. Then, so Equifax, so then, in that environment of a lot of faxes being sent in healthcare, the thing you do and the way you kind of help address that. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So back in 2009, we formed the company, and we started out as primarily a fax transport company. There were huge complexities around telephony when you needed to connect these different type of fax server applications, within your network infrastructure, and we removed all of that complexity, and we started out as this transport, and we've embedded ourselves in, several different systems out there. But then you fast forward, here we are 2025, and we became more than the transport, right? We now recognize, because we've listened to our customers, that, hey, this is great. You guys deliver fax great. You receive fax great. But now I still have this gap. What do I do with this fax when I get it? Well, now I have to hand type in all this information into my Epic or into my OnBase or things of that sort. And then, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. There's a lot of revenue. When we started developing our intelligent document processing application, a single fax could take anywhere between 18 to 25 minutes to enter into a system. Times that by 100. It's just so inefficient.
Yeah.
In healthcare, it's known. Healthcare is always the first to come out with great concepts, but the last to implement them.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. So the conversations you're having with different health systems and the vendor community at HIMSS, tell me a bit about the types of conversations and the way you're helping attendees here at HIMSS.
Yeah. The conversations vary, right? Because if you look at Fax has got real estate in every single organization.
Sure.
And that can be rev cycle, that can be, medical records. The conversations definitely vary. The conversations that we're having, and which is across all departments within healthcare, is efficiency. Right? Efficiency, less errors. We're utilizing AI, generative AI, to provide document summarization. There'll always be a human in the loop, right? We're not looking to remove that human out of the process, but we're going to make them more efficient.
Yeah.
Right? If I could cut down 80% of your data entry time and make you a better worker, a more streamlined worker, make your day happier, your job easier, it's a win-win for everyone. The patient, the clinician, the organization, the whole 9 yards. Everybody wins.
I heard a session yesterday, actually, in the AI forum here at HIMSS, and it was around that topic of, is AI going to come and take everyone's jobs in healthcare? And I think the upshot of that conversation ended up being, in healthcare, there's a lot of other pressures that mean there's going to be reduced budgets and the need to reduce headcounts. So regardless of whether AI happens or not, it's probably not going to be the thing that takes our jobs. Instead, there'll be a lot less resources and people, frankly, available. So we've got to work out how to do more with less, and AI may play a role in that. So tell me a little bit more about this, because you touched on generative AI being able to reduce the amount of data entry and the admin work. Like, what's that going to look like on your side?
Yeah, so fax is unstructured, right?
Yeah.
It's unstructured data, right? And that does not just have to be fax. It could be email. It could be a document that you scanned in, right? So the way that we're using generative AI is we're taking that unstructured data. We're looking at a specific set of fields that the customer wants to look at. I need first name, last name, MRN, social security number, and provide me a brief summarization around what this document is about and classify it. Is it an MRI order form? Prior to utilizing things like, generative AI, you'd have to look at that document. You have to figure out what it was. But now we're cutting all of that work out for you, right? So we're making you more productive. And that's really, we're not diagnosing, right? Our claim to fame is we'll never say, hey, you're going to 100% rely on AI. But if I can make your data entry, 80% more efficient or 80% less, that's tremendous. It's tremendous in healthcare.
Well, I mean, that's right. When someone sends a fax, they're not filling out individual forms with, this is the person's name, this is the diagnosis, this is the ICD code for this.
Right.
It's a bit of paper or a PDF that goes into the machine. And then back when I was running clinics, we had always two screens at reception, because on one side they had the PDF here and the other side they're typing it in on this side. So,
But AI's gotten we have the ability to take a referral in, look at the referral, look at the prior authorization table. Like, let's say it's a knee surgery. Well, you need 4 pieces of information to come along with this referral, but I've seen you've only faxed over 3. I'm going to automatically fax back the sender and say, hey, this is the information that were needed, without even having a human in the loop at that point.
Yeah.
So think of what that does for the patient, what that does for the referring organization. It's just a better outcome across every aspect of the process.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes total sense. Lastly, then, here at HIMSS going to be a busy couple of days. Equifax, is there anything that you're announcing or that you're hoping that people take away from having discussions with you at the event?
Yeah, we have a lot of really cool new technologies. We've partnered with Weave Cloud Solutions on our intelligent document processing. We have a great relationship with Highland. So we're doing a lot of great things with Highland to really help to get their customers more streamlined. So we have a lot of really neat things that we're announcing at HIMSS. We urge you to come by. We got a great booth, 20 by 50 foot booth. We've got great snacks over there, to get everybody in. But yeah, it's when people come over and they realize what we're doing, they're like, wow, this is exactly what we need. So we're super excited.